The storage features in Hyper-V really provide flexibility in solving the kind of problems you might run across or the ways that you want to handle your storage depending upon each VM, the application, and the needs of the application. We saw that right away when we were creating the VHDs when we looked at fixed versus dynamic disk. Fixed being you could pre-allocate all of the space needed, and this gave applications better performance. Things like SQL and Exchange would be greatly improved by having fixed, but you also have the option of using dynamically expanding disks so that you're not over-allocating your server right away because you may not know exactly how much disk space you need, so these could grow over time for more and more disk space. Then we looked at the special type, the differencing drives. So many different ways to use differencing drives, not just a virtual desktop infrastructure, but in a development environment or a test environment to have differencing drives that you can create the differencing drive, have all of the rights go to that drive, and then at some point in time, you might even want to merge those back in. You might want to revert back to the parent, and so you could just get rid of the differencing drive. But one of the important things about differencing drives was the ability to enhance performance. Having the operating system and all of the applications in place, and then having the differencing drive for the writing that's going to occur in the future on a different set of physical platters in your storage. So you're separating those two resources from each other. We also went through how to modify your VHDs, everything from compacting the dynamic or differencing drives to expanding drives, shrinking drives. You saw later on merging the differencing drives and how to inspect your VHDs. Now, one of my favorite things is pass-through disks. This gives us a performance boost by, instead of creating a file that's sitting on a volume, why not just have direct access to the volume? And we went through the configuration of adding additional storage to the Hyper-V host, which could be done locally as we did here, or it could be done with a SAN, and then how to configure that storage in offline use so then the VHD can grab hold of it and use that pass-through disk. One of my favorite features by far is checkpoints, and this is a quick, easy way to checkpoint a box and then revert back in case something went wrong. I use this all the time when I'm doing Windows updates and application updates, anything that might be risky to the system that would be hard to recover from. I'm going to checkpoint first, get through that situation, make sure everything's working, get rid of the checkpoint, or if I need to, I can revert back. And as the ever-growing requirement of using shared storage, having SANs implemented, large-scale storage implemented, we want our Hyper-V hosts and then the guest OSs to be able to have access to that. And that'll be done through a fiber channel. So we looked at setting up the fiber channel, talked about the environment when you start off with the fiber channel, the physical environment for that, and then how to create the virtual fiber channel itself and assign it to a VM. And along those lines of larger storage, it is possible, of course, to have virtual machines start to contend for that storage resource, the performance out of that storage resource, contend for those IOPS. And we took a look at controlling how many IOPS a VM can grab hold of with the storage quality of service. Now, we're not done yet. We still haven't worked with the networking side of the virtual machines. And this is one of the things that a lot of times you want to start out before you even start creating the virtual machines, getting an idea of how you want your virtual networks set up and what options you have available to you. So coming up next, we're going to look at creating and configuring virtual networks.